What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, all about pressure washing and quote IQ. And in today's video, we're talking about the 3 things that you should do today to make a bunch of money in next spring. And I'm sorry that we're late, guys. We got a couple people in the chat going like we're late, but it's Mike's fault. He had some turkey troubles, right, Mike?
I had a lot of turkey trouble, Justin. Yesterday, it was a big day. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it was Thanksgiving. And for those of you that are not in the South, we fry our turkeys. And so fried turkeys are probably the most delicious of all turkeys. And with that being said, I cooked 2 23-pound turkeys and I ate almost all of both of them. So I've been having some tummy issues this morning. No, I'm kidding.
That was Mike's turkey trouble that he was having. So we're here. We're ready to tell you guys about the 3 things you need to do to make huge money next spring. As everybody knows, we're going into, the winter months here. It's going to get a little cold for a little while. Right, Mike?
A little chilly willy, if you know what I'm talking about, Justin.
Santa Claus is coming. As you guys know, it's Black Friday, so we have to make you guys aware that every course on the resource page is half off. Check out the second link in the comment section and the description. Get half off of how to wash, local domination, my Facebook ad strategy, how to build a rig, a new course that we just introduced, how to stripe, which is probably the best upsell that you can add to your pressure washing business for commercial properties, how to scale to the next level. And if you guys want to see any more info on any of these, you can just click the learn more info. You can just click the learn more info button here, and it's going to take you to the sales page. Easy for me to say. Christmas lighting bootcamp, solar panel cleaning academy. Like, guys, the amount of resources that are on this page is absolutely incredible. Can make you a ton of money. So check it out. Second link in the comment section and the description. Use code Black Friday at checkout. Mike, which one of these is your favorite course?
Honestly, my favorite one is the Get More Customers. And I say that because that's the most important thing for any home service business, right? We can all, perfect our craft. We can learn, we can educate, we can learn, the best ways and all of that stuff. But unless you have customers coming in, if you don't have leads that are coming into your funnel, then what's the point of any of that? So that's what I think. I think that the, getting customers, that's my favorite one.
Right. We also have a super special deal on Inner Circle lifetime deal. If you guys are interested in that, send us an email. Email us the word IC to info@pwcourse.com. Right, Mike?
That is correct.
Okay. I'm going to put it in the chat for anybody who's interested. info@pwcourse.com. So yeah, email us the word IC to that and we'll give you a super special deal on all of the courses. And if you're interested in all the assets as well, we got customer contracts, before and after pick packs, roof marketing packs, email sequences, handbooks, 28-point inspections. We got it all on here. So we'll hook you up with a deal for all this. Just send us an email and I'll put the email in the chat. So with that being said, also, you guys, Payne says lifetime deal is totally worth it, which I completely agree with.
Yeah, and let me clarify what that means. So the Inner Circle, if you're not familiar, it's basically a mentorship group, an accountability group. Top people in the home service industry are in this group. We've got guys that are making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars every year, and they're in there. They are learning, they're sharing, they're helping, and they're holding people accountable. We have accountability partners once you join. We do calls where you guys, get to interact with the core 4. But most importantly, with the lifetime membership, there are no more monthly fees, right? Because the Inner Circle is not free. You have to pay to play. If you want to get better, you're gonna pay, and it's that simple. But so with the lifetime membership, there are no monthly fees. You pay a one-time fee. That is it. And then you get access to every, every single training program that we have. And it's like a one-time price that you pay for lifetime admittance and access immediately to all of the products.
Absolutely. So if you guys want to check it out, it is home to the most 6-figure earners in the pressure washing industry. So super cool. All these guys are in there. And yeah, check it out. That'll be linked in the comment section description. Also, if you need help keeping with customers, sending estimates, invoices, and collecting payments, be sure to check out Quote IQ. It'll be the first link in the comment section description. You can save 50% off of your subscription for the first 3 months. So check that out. All right, Mike, anything else we need to talk about before we get into the meat and potatoes here?
No, I like the meat and potatoes as long as that's turkey meat.
Okay, sweet. So 3 things you guys should be doing today to make huge money next spring. The first and foremost thing that we're going to be talking about is Google My Business. Now, I don't think that a lot of people just starting their business take it serious enough, but Google My Business is a long-term play that's going to drive a ton of leads into your business organically through Google search traffic. So, Mike, how much money have you made having a Google My Business?
Oh, easily millions, right? Like over the course of the business, we have definitely made millions of dollars. Shit, just like over the past 6 months, I probably 150,000 just from having a strong online presence with the GMB, right? Like we've landed several big, commercial jobs, huge school job, that roof cleaning job that we did. I mean, that I can't remember how much that one was, but we just finished up like almost a $40,000 townhome community, another $25,000 apartment community, all from people just searching whatever it was they were searching, whatever those keywords were. And most likely it was pressure washing in Savannah or pressure washing near me. And guess who pops up? I do, because I've been putting in the work for a dozen years, probably not that long, probably 8 years, maybe 9. I'm not exactly sure how long I've been really kind of pounding, Google, because it's so important, right? And it's the most beautiful thing about having a Google business page is it's free, right? Right now, they've made it a little bit more difficult to set up your Google, right? To get approved, to get, where your business is showing up. But jump through the hoops, do the things that they want, because A, it's free, B, it's completely organic, and C, you have control over your own ranking with your reviews, with the content that you're uploading, whether it's before and after pictures, whether it's videos. You're in control of where you're going to rank on Google. And that's why I still, after being in this business for as long as I have, I'm still pounding in reviews. I'm still uploading pictures. I'm still doing all the things with the posts and the updates, everything like that, because they matter. So I don't know why I'm coughing. Do not sleep on Google.
Absolutely. One of the courses that we actually have on the resource page that's 50% off today is how to get customers on Google course. Or is it not on here actually?
No, it's not on there.
It's no longer on here, but I do think you get it free with one. Well, I think you get it for free.
You get it free with the marketing course, and I want to say with how to wash.
I think how to wash as well. So if you're somebody who doesn't know anything about setting up Google or the best practices or any of that kind of stuff, we have a whole course that goes through how to set it up, how to optimize it, and some things you should be doing on a daily basis to kind of, build it out, things of that nature. I do want to ask in the chat, let us know in the chat who has GMB already set up. Raise your hand and then let us know how long it took to set up. So this is one of the biggest things that people don't understand. Like Google in the past, probably about 5-10 years ago, probably about 5 years ago, it was super easy. You just type in all your information, set up a business account, and it set it up. I think they sent you a little postcard. Now there's like multiple steps in the way. They want you to take videos. They want you to do all kind of crazy stuff. And unless you have all the proper documentation, they will not legitimize your GMB and you will not be visible on Google. Right. So it does take a little while. That's why we're including it in the list. If you want to make huge money next spring, Google has got to be something that you start building right now. So Payne's Pressure Washing said it took him 8 months to get his GMB set up. So like, what are we waiting on? Who else has GMB? Let me know in the chat. We got like 40 people in here. Hit the thumbs up button for us, you guys. This is live, just in case you didn't know. So anyway, GMB, incredibly important. Right, Mike?
Unbelievably important, Justin.
Unbelievable. And it does take time to set up. So I believe they changed the name too. It's not Google My Business anymore. It's now Google Business Profile
or something. Yeah. They've changed it so many times that, the latest iteration was the longest lasting. And that's why everybody still refers to it as GMB.
Right. And I will say this, it's like I have my GMB set up. I went through like all the hoops. I like verified it and everything. And then as soon as like Google approved it, they suspended the account because of like something suspicious. So it was like a whole deal for us. I had to get Footbridge involved, which is who we're going to be talking about next. And they had to come in and help me get my GMB legitimized. Right. Pressure Washing said took us 12 weeks to get GMB set up. Like 12 weeks. In 12 weeks, we'll be rolling into March. Right, Mike? Is that right?
Yeah. That was good math, Justin.
It's quick maths. So anyway, set up your GMB. That's going to be our first tip for the day to make huge money in the spring. Number 2 is going to be your website. So, happened to me recently. He got his GMB shut down. So number 2, Aaron has a good saying, and Aaron's our expert when it comes to SEO and websites and stuff like that. That you should have the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, and the second best time to plant a tree is today. So with regards to the website, it is another one of those search-based, long form, but will pay out over the long term sources of traffic. So Mike, talk about the importance of a website.
Well, a website goes hand in hand with your Google business profile, because Google goes out and they've got these little robots that scour the internet, and they look for information, right? Relevant searches for questions that people ask. And so those, like I said, those two things go hand in hand. So you definitely need to have a website. You need to have a website that is optimized. You can do this in a variety of ways. You know, most of the folks that I know use Footbridge Media. They do a great job. They specialize in the home service industry, specifically pressure washing. And they know what needs to be done on the back end, not just the pretty stuff that the customer sees, but the back end that gets those customers to see the pretty stuff. And that's the there's all kinds of stuff. There's blogs, there are backlinks, there are meta tags, and all kinds of things that we as business owners don't necessarily know about, don't necessarily have the time to know about. And that's why sometimes it's very important to outsource those things that are going to generate a bunch of money. I don't even know what Footbridge charges, but I remember the first time I heard about it, I was like, geez, that is so cheap, because like their websites perform. And it's like, what is it? Like $150, $170 or something like that a month?
So it's $199 a month if you guys mention Quote IQ deal. So we actually have a deal with Footbridge where it's going to save you $600 a year essentially on your website, and they're going to do a tremendous amount of stuff for you. I'll actually try to leave a link in the comment section and description for you guys. But if you do go with Footbridge, mention the Quote IQ deal, save $600. They do so much stuff, Mike, that as a service provider you don't even have to worry about. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Well, back to the website, right? So websites are important because customers are searching for information, right? They're not going to your website because they want to learn whatever. They're going there because they're trying to find somebody to come to their property to clean their shit. And your website has to be optimized to get them there, so you're found on Google, right? The Google search. You want to be in that 3-pack, the top 3 if you can be, and that takes a lot of work. And so, and that work is directly related to the SEO, search engine optimization of your website, which Footbridge or whoever you're going to use is going to help you guys do that. But so it's important on your website to have really good information that is topical, that is relevant, that's not fluff, because Google will see right through that. Customers will see right through that. Google likes it when customers go to your website and they stay there for a little bit, right? They hang out on your website, looking at your, before and after pictures, looking at all the customers that you've worked for. Maybe you've got some reviews on there. The longer people are on there with engagement, the better that does for you to rank higher faster, because Google is looking at that. They're tracking everything, and they're looking at that and they're saying, you know what? This website is really good because people are staying on it for 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever the metric is, as opposed to some Wix website or some other, WordPress homemade website that's not optimized, doesn't have good information, doesn't have pretty pictures, doesn't have the information that people are looking for to make the decision on who they're going to hire. They're going to bounce from those websites quick because it's not appealing. It's not providing what it needs to provide. And so a good website is going to keep them on. It's going to give them the information. It's going to have all the stuff that you need to have on your website in order to start ranking higher. So it's like it's all these moving parts that work together that will allow your online presence to start generating those leads for your business. So that is a long-winded answer to a very short question.
That was a good one, Mike. So yeah, websites are incredibly important. Mike actually gets like great traffic to his website. We have InstaQuote on there, which is going to be the next point that we're going to move into. Another important thing you guys need to start building out over, the winter months. But it's just incredible the leads that come through. And I recently put InstaQuote on my website and how easy that process is. We're going to talk through that here in just a second. But website number 2. if you can combine a GMB that ranks really high and a website that ranks really high, the amount of organic lead flow that's going to be sent to you from Google is going to be incredible, and you're going to be at the top. And that's ultimately where the biggest businesses are. So those are two things you guys need to be focused on. Check out Footbridge, mention QuoteIQ, save $600 a year on your website. Payne's Pressure Washing says, got my Footbridge site over the summer, upload new projects every week. That's one of the beautiful things that I like about the Footbridge site is like you make these project pages, and essentially it's just showing people the work that you're doing. You get to put in the data that is searchable within there, like where you're located, what the location was, whether it was a house, a roof, or a commercial property, and that helps you with your SEO. That helps you with your discoverability. So that's one of the benefits of using Footbridge is having some of those tools. Let's see what we got. I've been in business going on 10 years. I've been debating if I'll continue after my recent lottery win because I love the pressure wash. It's a tough decision. Mike, what do you think about that? What would you do if you won the lottery? Would you be pressure washing anymore?
How much did he win?
Probably not enough, because I'm sure you would not want to be pressure washing. They say, who said it? Was it Benjamin Franklin or somebody? But they said, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And so, hey, look, if you love pressure washing, keep spraying that water, my guy. I do want to tell you before we move on to the third and final thing that we are doing half off of every single course on the resource page. Check it out. It's going to be the second link in the comment section and the description. pwcourse.com. Use code BLACK at checkout on any of our courses, as well as some of our newer courses, how to stripe, how to build a soft wash rig. And you can also get a deal on all the courses if you want. Just scroll down to the bottom.
There's all kinds of great stuff there.
Wait, go ahead, Mike.
Oh, I was just saying there's all kinds of great stuff.
Mike, do you think we covered websites and GMB heavily enough? You think we gave them some good insight on those?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. One thing that people don't realize about GMB is, or Google having, your Google profile is everybody in the world is Google's customer. Okay. So everybody who has a computer or a phone is potentially a customer of Google, meaning that Google wants them to use their search engine to find the information that they're looking for. There are other search engines out there, but obviously Google's the big one. Google is a verb now, right? You just Google something. And it's not just a website. It's actually, like part of our culture. And with that being said, you have to understand that Google looks at your business profile as a product, right? And if your product is really good, and I'm not talking about your ability to go out and perform whatever service that you're doing, right? Like that's on you. You have to perform that. I'm talking about your Google business profile. That has to perform. And it has to perform with information. It has to perform with providing Google's customers with the information that they're looking for, right? That engagement, the content, again, your updates, your posts, your pictures. You need to make sure that everything is filled out. So Google takes that product, right? Your profile, and because of all the content and the information that you're providing to their customers, they are going to push that out. Okay. And that's what we want. It's not what we want. We need Google to look at our profile and say, this guy's working, this guy's getting reviews, he's uploading pictures, he's providing good content. So our customers can go there and figure out what they want, and they're going to stay there. And they're staying there, which is important to Google because Google's running ads over everything, right? So they're making money. If you're providing value, they're going to push your product up to the top of the list when people are searching for whatever it is that you're providing. So it's important. I can't emphasize enough. You have to make a good product in the form of your business profile. So Google takes that product and pushes it in front of their customers.
I love that. That was great, Mike.
I know.
So
Thank you.
GMB website. If you guys focus on this over the winter months, it's going to pay dividends come, next spring. So let's go ahead and get into the final thing. And that is the CRM, getting organized with your business, utilizing tools like InstaQuote, utilizing tools like email and text automation, mass email, being able to send out offers to your customers and your clients, having a book of contacts of previously serviced people. All this is super important for not only managing your business, but also being able to stay in contact with, the people that you've serviced before. So Mike, do you want to show them some InstaQuote stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this is the old website, and we've got a couple different ways to do this. This is so you just click on that, it pops up InstaQuote, and it gives your customers the ability to quote themselves, right? And these numbers that are behind this are essentially all of your pricing that you've already established in your Quote IQ account, right? So your square foot pricing for a house wash or a roof wash, deck cleaning, whatever your services are, is what your customers are going to be basing this on. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select a house wash, and we'll do some concrete. So this house that this customer has is 3,500 square feet, and we're going to click continue, and it's going to ask what is the exterior. It's a vinyl house. They don't have a stained front door. They do not have a screen porch, and they do have a detached garage. And each of these questions that are being asked are there for a specific reason. And the specific reason is Quote IQ and InstaQuote give you the ability to either upcharge or downcharge for any question that you can think of for any of the services that you provide. So maybe you have, a different type of service business and you've got different questions. Well, this is completely customizable. So you could put anything that you would want in any of these parameters. But like if there's a stained front door on the back end, I set up my pricing matrix to add $25 because I know we're going to have to cover it with plastic and tape, and that takes time and that takes extra materials, which equates to more money, which I need to be compensated for. So with that being said, there's going to be an upcharge. Do you have a screen porch? They don't, so they're not going to be an upcharge. Had they selected yes, then of course they're going to get charged more. And you can do this with either a flat rate or a percentage of the initial cost of the house wash based on their square footage. So that's something really cool, which allows you to really fine tune your pricing within this program that we've developed. So we're going to click continue, and it's going to take us down to the concrete. Please select an option. What's the issue with the concrete? What's the condition? And it's just old and dirty. And then we're going to ask what the surface is. They have concrete. Then we're going to say, okay, they just have a patio in the back, and it is a 15 by 20 patio, and they've only got one of those. Now, if you had a driveway or you had a sidewalk, you could include all of those with an add a new area, you'd name it, and you'd enter your dimensions, which again is based on square footage that you've already established in Quote IQ. So we're going to click continue. We're going to put in just a name. How'd you hear about us? This is very important because we want to know where our best where our leads are coming from. If it's email, if it is a referral, if it's Google, postcard, wherever you're advertising, you need to collect this information, which is then it's going to be on the dashboard of your Quote IQ. So you can see where your dollars are best being spent as far as your advertisement and marketing. So we're just going to do a bunch of numbers here. Oops, too many. An email address, frank@.com. And a property address, we'll call it 123, and then we're going to click get a quote. So what this is doing right now is InstaQuote is taking all of the information that the customer provided, and it's doing its calculations. It's adding in the upcharges for the stained front door. It's doing all of the things that we need it to do. It's taking our pricing, the square footage, the linear footage, whether it's flat rates or whatever the case is, and it's calculating out, and it's going to, there we go. And then we have our estimate. So the house wash is going to be $460. The concrete is going to be $255. And they can select whatever it is. So maybe they just want to go with a house wash for $460. They can select that, or they can add in the concrete. We just give them the option to do both. It's going to be a total of $715, and they can either accept or decline this. Now, when they accept this, they're going to put in their name. Yes, I accept. And within mine, I've got it set up so I'm able to go ahead and schedule this on my calendar based on all of that. I'm not going to show you guys that because I don't really want to share that with you guys because that is. But so the customer is going to get an email saying that their estimate was accepted, and that also puts them into the automation of what we have set up in Quote IQ, which is a trigger. So once they're scheduled, they're going to start getting emails letting them know when the appointment is. The day before, it's going to say, hey, you've got an appointment tomorrow. Maybe they'll send them a text saying, hey, the technician is on the way in an hour or whatever, all automated. So you don't ever have to think about it. But if you think about what's going on here, the customer went to our website, they got their own estimate, they scheduled their own estimate, and now they're in our automation sequence, which is going to reach out to them for eternity with our marketing emails, with our updates, with everything else. And that's one of the benefits of utilizing something like Quote IQ, because we've got we've got them locked in. So that's what that looks like.
Mike, can you back out into the website? Because I want to talk about two benefits of using, a tool like InstaQuote within Quote IQ real quick. The first and foremost is going to be session time on the website. So we talked a little bit earlier about Google prioritizing, pages that have more session time on their website. We're currently working to get this entire process done solely from the website. So putting this in place, essentially, anytime a customer got, a quote, would extend out their session time probably like 10 times the amount that they currently are on the website for. Because what do? They click through, they scroll a bit, they either give you a call or, they click through this to get a quote. And so by having that, we're going to increase that session time. They're going to get their quote, and then it's going to send a signal to Google saying, hey, they spent a lot more time on this website. This must be a better website. The other thing is it increases conversions on the website. So I've recently been doing a lot of testing with Google Ads, and a big thing that I was noticing was the website was getting a ton of traffic, but people were not taking an action once they hit the website. So they'd hit the website, they'd bounce from it, and they weren't taking an action. Having this in place, giving them an option to get a fast, easy quote without having to talk to anybody, lowers the guard of the customer. Because what are they doing? They're like, I don't really want to talk to anybody. I just want to get it.
I just want to see what the price is.
Just want to see what the price is. And so this allows us to convert better on the web traffic as well. The last thing
more importantly,
go ahead.
If it says, and so you said that you were getting traffic, they weren't connecting with you, right? Either they weren't calling, emailing, whatever the case is. Maybe you've got a contact form. That's
right.
If they're not doing any of those things, because that's not really a great call to action unless they're ready to pull the trigger, right? With InstaQuote, you're saying like, hey, get a fast, easy quote. And people are going to want to get a fast, easy quote because what is it? It's fast, it's easy, and they're going to get the answer they need, which is how much is it going to cost me to get X, Y, Z done? And so the beauty here is you're collecting their information, right? Maybe they're not ready now, but now you've got their email, you've got their phone number, and you've got a way to contact them within the automation of Quote IQ, whether it's the mass emails and text, or it's setting them up in your email automation. Because once they hit this, they're going to get 3 or 4 emails saying, hey, I saw that you got an estimate. Just wanted to see if you wanted to get on the schedule. A couple of days later, they might get another automated email that we've set up that says, hey, I know people sometimes tend to shop around for for a service. Just wanted to let you know that we're having a special this week for 10% off if you schedule right now. And so you can custom tailor these emails for your business and your situation. But the beauty of having this on there is you're collecting their information. They're not just bouncing and going into the internet, right? They're not going away forever. We've collected their information. So that is one of the greatest things about InstaQuote, besides beating every one of your competitors to the punch, because I guarantee you nobody can get them a quote faster than they can get themselves on your website. So
the other thing to think about too is like, how much does it cost to actually acquire a customer to your business? Like, let's say it costs $40, right? So every time a customer hits that website and they bounce out, you're losing $40. Or let's say that your average ticket price, which is something you guys can monitor within the Quote IQ dashboard, is, $400. Every time a customer hits that page and they bounce, you're losing $400 essentially, because you're losing a potential customer. So that's one of the beautiful things about InstaQuote: session time, ability to, get the information on these people, as well as higher conversion rates, because people obviously want to get a quote from you.
Yeah.
So CRM is our number 3. We talked about GMB. We talked about websites for driving in the lead flow. And then the CRM is number 3, Quote IQ. Check it out first link in the comment section description. Save 50% at myquoteiq.com. But it is the last piece that you guys really need to implement in order to take off this spring. So we talked a little bit about InstaQuote. Mike, I know you mentioned email and text automation, but do you want to say anything else about, why those things are so important?
Well, yeah, because we all know that we are unbelievably busy as business owners, and we've got a lot on our plate. I mean, let's face it. In a lot of cases, you're the guy that's out there doing the work. You're the guy that's doing, the invoicing, the quoting. You're handling the taxes. You're fixing the equipment. You're, maintaining the equipment. You're doing everything. And so when all of that happens, there are things that slip through the cracks, right? And unfortunately, a lot of that is the marketing. It's the follow-up, because follow-up with our customers, whether they're just getting an estimate or they are a customer that is been serviced, right? We have to stay in front of them. And that's why email automation is so important, because we can set it up once, set it into motion, and never have to think about it again. Yet our customers are hearing from us throughout the year with little emails and texts, just reminding them about who we are, what we offer. You ask them for reviews, you ask them for referrals, all of those things as well. But it's something that, like I said, you set up once. It takes 20, 30 minutes to set everything up. You set it into motion, and then you never have to think about it again. It's just working in the background so you can focus on the other things within your business that need your attention.
Right. And so, okay, so we got InstaQuote, we got our email and text marketing. Having the ability to have a place that stores your contact information as well as all of your previous jobs, how much you charge. Like early on in my business, Mike, I would service somebody, and then the only hope that I had for servicing that person again was them calling me the following year. And if they did call me, I just prayed that I had their text exchange with them on what the price I charged was, because
Yeah.
essentially, right, we have inflation, we have increased costs, we have all these different things that, come into our business. But if we don't know what we charged last year, how are we going to incrementally step those prices up? And, how do we know we're not undercharging?
Okay, I'm probably going to bore some people here, but this is kind of funny. Why am I? So I guess it was last week. We've been in this house for like 17 years. And when you're in a house that long and you bring stuff from other houses that you've lived in, like we've got an attic. We don't have a basement. They don't have them here in Savannah, but in the attic, just like collecting stuff and stuff that I haven't seen in 20 years, in boxes and whatnot. And it's been driving my wife crazy, because in her mind, the attic is like this horrible, dirty place that's just an overwhelming whatever. So I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. I got a Bagster, one of those big waste management bags. And I hired a couple guys to come in because I didn't want to do this. And I said, I want everything in the attic brought into my garage. Absolutely everything, right? And we did it this time of year because it's Christmas and all the Christmas stuff. So we got everything down. And I started throwing stuff out, right? Just completely purging. And I came across just, I'll bet you 5 or 6 pads of paper with just chicken scratch of customers' addresses, phone numbers, prices, right? And that's how I was doing it. And it was amazing. And it was amazing that I kept that stuff, because there was never a conscious effort to keep any of that, because just like you, Justin, it was just like, yeah, I hope they call back, right? Well, they're not going to call back. As much as you think people love you and remember you, they don't know you. They don't care about you. Yes, you did a good job, but guess what? In 2 months, if someone says, hey, who pressure washed your house? They're not going to remember your company name, and they're not going to remember who to call next year. They're going to just Google it. And whoever pops up, whoever is doing the work, maybe they'll see your name, maybe they'll see your logo, and they're like, oh, that's who we called last year. Or maybe not. Maybe you're not ranking. But so that's why, collecting all the contact information, like Justin said, from every single job is essential for your business. And, but yeah, I've lost probably hundreds of thousands of dollars because of my poor bookkeeping and keeping track of customers from in the early stages of my business. If I had all that information, I would be in a much better spot, but I wasn't. You're muted.
Like, how many contacts, Mike, do you not have because you weren't keeping those books at that time?
I'll bet you, 1,000, if not more.
And so somebody might go, well, Mike, it's only 1,000 people. But like, if we think about 1,000 people and Mike's average job is like $750, like, I mean, just do the math on that. It's almost $1 million
over the course of 15 years, right? Imagine that, like the lifetime value of your customer, like it can get into the, I've got customers who've got lifetime values of like 10 grand because they've been with us for that long. Because I stay in front of them, because I don't let them forget me, because they're getting hit with emails, they're getting hit with text messages, they're getting hit with mail, right? Mailers, flyers, postcards, things like that. These are all essential, right? Because again, you have to make them remember you.
The other thing that Mike implements, and the other Mike, I had Mike on like 2 days ago, Mike Turman, implements is mass emails to their contact list. And the amount of money that both of y'all have made just by hitting customers that you serviced in the past, letting them know about special offers or other services you guys offer, I would say it probably makes up like almost a majority of the money that comes in is just
Without a doubt, like
Yeah.
on Quote IQ, you guys saw that little on the drop down on InstaQuote where it says, where you heard from. Well, it's current customer, and my current customer bar on my InstaQuote. What is it? I'll have to look. It's the biggest pie. Let me look, but it's the biggest piece of the pie on my dashboard. Here it is. 48%.
Of jobs that you're
current
getting
customer.
coming from existing customers, right, Mike?
Yeah, current customer, existing customers. 41% of my business is from that. 41% is from email. Isn't that crazy?
That's incredible. 41% is from email. I want anybody watching this right now to let me know down in the comment section if you're currently sending emails to existing customers.
Yeah. And so actually those numbers, now that I think about it, a lot of my current customers are getting emails. So when they go to like, whatever, they may be also selecting because they're a current customer, but they got an email. So that number is probably even compounded even bigger. I'll bet you it's probably 60%. God, that's crazy to think about. Huh.
60%. So if Mike made $200,000 in a year, 60% would be over $100,000 can be attributed to previous clientele that you've serviced.
Dude, if I made $200,000 a year, I'd be so pissed off.
If Mike made $1 million a year, we're talking about like 600 grand is because of old customers that he's kept up with. Like you cannot, people are like, oh, well, I can't get Quote IQ. It's free to keep up with customers, but it's like $29 a month at the lowest tier. You get a bunch of great stuff. Oh, I can't afford $1 a day to keep up with customers that are just like building your business, that are making you money. Anyway, it's bad. So check out Quote IQ. First link in the comment section description. Save 50% off of your first 3 months when you go through myquoteiq.com. I do want to make you guys aware that we are doing 50% off every product on the resource page. We don't do this ever. It's just like once a year. So check it out. How to get customers, local Dom, how to wash, every course that we got. New courses, how to stripe, how to build the soft wash rig, Christmas lighting boot camp. Guys, people are Glenn makes over $200,000 a year with Christmas lighting from the months of October to December.
Dude, the guy that did my lights, local guy, owns a pressure washing business, super good dude. And he was telling me this is his second full year in doing Christmas lights. And I think he's going to make like 80 grand or $85,000 just in Christmas lights from like I can't even remember when he started, like the beginning of November, and then January 10th, all the lights are taken down. Right. So in that unbelievably short amount of time, he's probably making as much in that short amount of time that he is all year in his wash business. And he's got, but it's unbelievable the amount of money that people are making. Hell, I paid him $2,000 to come and do my lights. Now, it was amazing. He did a phenomenal job. And the sad thing about it is I know the cost involved, right? And the profit margins in lights are excuse me, they're crazy. I want to say he probably had about $500 in materials. Then he had some labor. He had 2 helpers and himself. But like the margins that you make your first year with lights are great. Year 2, they're even better because almost every single customer is a recurring customer. You're cutting custom lights when you're taking them down, you're marking them, you store them for them. And then the next year, plug and play, you put them back up. You've already got all your material costs. Now it's just labor and the regular overhead of your business that you're covering, and your profit margins go way up. This is a business that I wish I would have gotten into years and years ago. I've got no desire to, simply because I just don't have the time nor the inclination to train people and get, all that going. But, phenomenal business.
The other thing was that was his second job of the day. So he charged you $2,000, Mike.
He made $1,000 the first. Yeah. And it was like, he's like, he texted me. He's like, I just made like 975, whatever it was, in 45 minutes. And I was like, dude, that's brilliant. Like, that's awesome. And it was a customer from last year that was in my neighborhood. And that's how the whole conversation started. I was out and on the golf cart with the kids or one of the kids. And I saw him and I stopped, and his name's Ryan, and we were just shooting the shit. And he's like, yeah, we need to do this for you next year. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And know what he did? He followed up with me. Said, hey, you ready to get on? And I was like, I am. Let's go. But yeah, awesome.
That's super cool. So anyway, we say all that to say like this course is $299 and you can save 50% off on it today. You can pay $150 to learn the information that makes Glenn over $200,000 a year. It makes this other guy $85,000 a year. I mean, the return on investment is like absolutely crazy for pretty much every course on here. Now, not only to mention, you could get every single course we have at a special deal and lifetime access to the Inner Circle. All you got to do is email us, PW Course, info@pwcourse.com. Email us the word IC. I actually have it right here. So IC, info@pwcourse.com. Get all the courses. Like, just take advantage of it. I mean, dude, the amount of money that you're going to make is going to be absolutely incredible. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. The 3 big things to make more money next spring is get the GMB ready. Which the bad thing is, Mike, we got like 50 people watching on here. How many guys have GMB? Let me know down in the comment section. Leave a comment right now. Say, I do, I don't have GMB. How many guys have websites? Let me know in the comment section. I do, I don't have a website. GMB, website, CRM. If you guys figured these 3 things out right now, you're going to put yourself in an incredible spot come spring of next year.
Yep.
Right.
You got that right, Justin.
Get the whole deal. Man, these people aren't very like receptive to like what we're saying. I'm not even getting any responses. I think there is a delay on it. So I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt. I will say this though. The people at the top are usually the ones that are pretty engaged. So we got Chris on here. Chris is at the top. He's got all 3. Let's go. Wrights, pressure washing, GMB, no website, I'm assuming. Check out Footbridge Media, mention Quote IQ. That's who does my website. That's who does Aaron's website. That's who does Cody's website. That is the best website builders. That's the person that does the website for pretty much everybody in the Inner Circle. Fast Eddie said he's got all 3. We love it. Johnny B, could you guys show me or tell what kind of bottles I need to buy to open my trash can business company? I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means. Wrights Pressure Washing has the website. Pressure Wash Punk's got all 3. And anybody who's not commenting, I'm assuming that you don't have any of these. So you need to go get them. GMB website, CRM. Check out the first link in the comment section description. Save on Quote IQ. Second link is to save on the resource page. Anything else, Mike, we want to say? Wrights Pressure Washing using Quote IQ. We appreciate you. Soap is the key. Mike T. I don't have any. I'm a scammer. Dude, the funny thing is I did that video with Mike T, Mike, and there was like 4 or 5 scam comments. And I'm just like,
well, you know why?
Mike offers.
Hey, hold on. You know why?
Because of the gutter guards.
Gutter guards. Yeah, Mike. Scammer.
Dude, that's pretty good.
So I watched a little bit about that live, right? With you and Mike. And Mike's one of my favorite guys, right? Mike is I want to say he's an ex-Marine, right? Maybe an ex-cop. Isn't that right? Yeah. He's a badass. I think he's probably around my age, maybe younger. I don't know. Unbelievably successful. He's up in New Jersey, and he has got a brilliant marketing mind. Some of the things that he's done, which I'm not going to share here because like he shares that stuff in the Inner Circle, but like it's mind blowing. It's like, how come I never thought about that? And it's like, I'm almost embarrassed. I was like, well, damn, I should have thought about that. That would have made me a shit ton of money. But right. Mike has done a lot of things like with the bin cleaning, right? Like he's leveraged relationships. He's done, and it's not sneaky stuff, right? It's like super smart stuff, like finding who the trash can company or the garbage companies are, right. Hooking up with them, following them on their routes and cleaning bins out, like brilliant stuff. But where was I going with this? Oh, so it was at WashCon. We were just hanging out and talking, and he was telling me about this, and of course he prefaced it was like, I know how you feel about gutter guards, and I was like, no, I really have whatever, but. So the brand that he has, right? They will custom brand these for your business, right? They'll make pamphlets with your company's information on there, and then you go and you basically, I mean, it's huge money, huge profits. And the ones that he actually sells, they're pretty cool. They like snap in, they're reusable, they're easy to take out, they're easy to clean off. They're one of the better brands, and yeah, I've kind of gone off on one specific company. Because I think that they're disingenuous, but again, just a really smart guy.
Right. So Mike actually talked about one story in that live, which was pretty cool. And he was able to leverage $3 in air fresheners into a $500,000 contract that he ended up writing up for these guys because the guy owned a bunch of like different facilities or something. So, but he puts himself in the right situations, and so you guys should definitely go check out that that podcast that I recently did with him. It's
Hey,
5
look.
ways to make a bunch of money in the winter.
Justin, your mom is on here, it says.
Oh, my mom's not on here. Come
Yeah,
on.
she says hi from your mom.
I do want to bring this one up. I received several calls during the week telling me that I have to update my Google page business. Are those calls real or fake? Google's not going to call you, and they're definitely not going to call you for anything free. So
Yeah.
that's fake. That does sound like a that's scam. John Newby, all 3. Good work, John. John was actually in our coaching. So for anybody who doesn't know, me, Mike, and Aaron, we do one-on-one coaching. It is not cheap, but it is very good. And so we go really deep on you with your business, bunch of accountability, all that kind of great stuff. If you guys are interested in that, email us, info@pwcourse.com. If you want to sit down and talk to the big guy, right, Mike?
Hey, you want to talk to the big guy? Look, I got this shirt for my birthday.
People don't know that that's your little dog on there, though.
That's Bigfoot, and that's Millie. It's a
It's Shih Tzu?
Bigfoot is walking Millie.
That's sweet. Is that supposed to be you, Mike? Your Bigfoot?
Oh,
What?
maybe
I've just been up and running for 30 days. No excuses. GMB website, CRM. Let's get it.
Let's go ahead.
Shout out to Paul Jameson. What's up, Justin, from the Green Industry Podcast? Paul's a great guy. You guys check him out.
No, don't shout that dude out. He said, "What's up, Justin?" He just said nothing to me. Paul, whatever. It's rude. There's obviously 2 people on this call, and you're only saying hi to one of us.
Let's see. Hi from your mom. 1,000,000 subs. Got all but free on the Quote IQ at the moment. Got all but free. I guess he's got the free account.
Okay. That's awesome.
Air freshener. Yes. Mike Terman gave away air fresheners. That's perfect. So, okay. John Newby said really good. He loved the training. Anyway, Mike, anything else we want to cover in this video? We kind of covered
I
the
don't
top
think so.
3.
I'm tired. I've got an entire refrigerator that's calling my name full of leftovers, and it's past lunchtime. It's 12:55. I'm ready.
All right. Last time, do not let this pass you by. 50% off every product on the resource page. You guys can also get every single course that we offer at a tremendous discount. Email us IC@info@pwcourse.com. Okay. A lot of guys might be, I saw one guy in the chat. Let me pull him up. I have to pick on him. I need free advice. I cannot pay. You might not be able to afford this right now, or you might think that you can't afford this right now, but you can't afford not to have this information is all I'm going to say. Okay. Because the information that we give away in these trainings can make you a ton of money. And we have plenty of proof of this. So check it out. All the courses, pwcourse.com, save 50% when you use code BLACK at checkout. Anything else, Mike?
Yeah. No, now Paul, we can now shout out Paul because he said hi to me.
Hope to meet you too one day. Shouts out to Paul. We're going to end that. If you guys made this far in the video, comment down below Paul, and I'll hashtag you a real one. Paul from the Green Industry Podcast. We appreciate you. Paul's a good guy, man. I got to hit him up soon, talk to him. Until next time, though.
Hustle hard.
Get that money, baby.
All right. Peace.
Peace.